Good morning, YouTube. It's currently the 15th of October. It is the beginning of chapter 24 for myself. So I'm now a washed 24-year-old bodybuilder. So we are running an off plan today, which means we need to structure the rest of our day around it, because tonight we're going out for food. Now, with this in mind, my oatmeal on a morning is, we're just not running the oats. So it was going to be whey, berries and dark chocolate. However, I want to see if this skinny rice will be able to, if we can turn it like rice pudding. So this whey, dark chocolate, some berries on top. And if it works, we're going to have 28 calorie rice pudding, or plus the protein. So 200 calories for a shit ton of food volume. So skinny rice is in the microwave. I've got my hopes up quite a lot for this, because I'm not a fan of volumizing food when I cut. However, post show, I've been doing a lot of volumizing in terms of my oats, my cream of rice, which obviously I'm not getting today. So if this works, it's gonna be cheat codes, probably shit for digestion, but we'll see how it goes. This is how it looks before we add the whey in. Now, when I've had this before, it doesn't really taste of anything. So I'm hoping I'll just taste the whey. Right, I'll try it before I add anything. I mean, that does just taste like the whey. It's gonna be low calorie ASN rice pudding. Right, we have got low calorie ASN rice pudding, basically. Buzzing. So excited for this. I knew this was a thing on prep, it would have been cheat codes. Right, you join us back in the kitchen about 2 hours and 4.5k steps later. We've got our pre-workout meal going in. It's kept exactly the same as normal, because typically with your pre-workout meal, you do want to keep it as consistent as possible. Even if you are going through a diet and you're producing food, your pre-workout meal, you want to try and keep the same if you can avoid pulling calories from it if you can. So where we're doing the off plan today, we're pulling calories from all our other meals except the pre-workout meal. So we're still going into the session with as much carbs as we normally do, and hopefully we'll still grow. We will still grow, but we'll take as much progression as we would have otherwise. We've got the pre-workout meal of absolute legends. Got a wrap, 50 grams of rice in there, 150 grams of chicken. We've got 125 grams of mango and 20 grams of dark chocolate going in. I'm going to get this grand, we're going to go train legs, and then I'll show you what we're doing for the post-workout.
I'm thinking, what's the deal with the facts that they conceal? And I'm thinking, what's the harm in a bit of rhetoric and charm? And I can't quite comprehend a beginning or an end. No, I can't quite stomach this now. You and me, we're gonna take to the skies for common sake. We'll fly amongst the cirrus clouds. 20,000 feet will clock the crowds. And from that height we'll leap for lies and unveil the damaged skies. 'Cause we can't quite stomach this. All I'm trying to say is
are back from the gym now. We are back to using the skinny rice since, again, quarters took out, so we're going to have the off plan tonight just to manage the calories in. So 230 calories, 32 grams of protein in this, including the toppings. And yeah, so I believe we're going to go bowling and then go for the meal tonight. Yeah, buddy. Well, you know what they say, you're either good at bowling or you're good in bed.
Incredibly small thing. So I'd been using it wrong.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
You made a good decision there. That is sick. It's quite big. No.
And it like
But all the symptoms, you've got 2 weeks to live. They just work.
Before I end the video, I do want to talk about something, because as lovely as that meal was, my head is all over the place. I think it's something that it's important to talk about, because as much as I know that one meal isn't gonna affect my post-show period massively, it's something I've got so much food guilt, and I know this is coming off the back of prep, wanting to nail my post-show, probably a little bit of prep brain in there, and just a bit of body dysmorphia as well. But I have so much food guilt after eating everything, and the food was lovely, it was amazing, it was so nice to spend time with my family. However, it's something where I do feel so guilty about having to be. I know I shouldn't, because we'll work the rest of my day around it, but I think it's important to talk about, because obviously post-show we do want to use it to improve our relationship with food, especially as food gets higher, and it's something where it's a lot of it's because I'm not used to it, but I also know I was sat there I could have kept eating, and I could have ate more, and I had people offering us some of their food, and I was no, I can't. And all I wanted to do was have some. I think it's one of them where I definitely I am just deep in it in my head, but again, I think it's just I want to be completely transparent. I want to show the process, and as much as I love the food, I do have a lot of food guilt about it, and a lot of it will probably depend on how my weigh-in goes tomorrow, on where my head is at. But yeah, the food. I mean, the food was absolutely incredible. I would love to go back in the future when food is higher. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video on that. And if you've watched all the way through, thank you. And I will see you in the next one.